Have you ever wondered why Wyoming has such a sparse population? Some people even question if the Cowboy State truly exists. Well, rest assured, it does. It's just that not many people live there. Wyoming holds the title of the least populated state in the U.S., ranking 50th in the national headcount, or 51st if you include Washington, D.C. Despite its vast size, coming in as the 10th largest state, its population is notably low. Numbers like these suggest that something might be amiss in this state. However, the truth is, there isn't one glaring reason why people have steered clear of Wyoming. By all accounts, it's a great place to live. There's been no nuclear disaster, it's not a toxic wasteland, and it doesn't border Mississippi. So, why does Wyoming only have 1/16 the population of New York City? Let's dive in. Number 10. Challenging terrain. Wyoming boasts some of the most challenging terrain in the U.S. The state is essentially a great plateau interrupted by several mountain ranges, including the Wind River Range, the Bighorn Mountains, and the Teton Range, among others. These rugged landscapes can be a barrier even today, but they were particularly formidable in the mid-1800s, when the population was just beginning to expand. The difficult terrain hindered early settlers, leading many to establish homes in more hospitable areas, which significantly stunted Wyoming's growth over time. Number 9. Severe weather conditions. Wyoming is notorious for its harsh weather. The state endures bitterly cold winters, and thanks to its numerous mountains, snow is a given. But snow is only half the problem. Wyoming's wind is legendary, with an average speed of 21.5 miles per hour, making it the second windiest state in the nation. The state's semi-arid and continental climate, which is drier and windier than most, also results in more dramatic temperature fluctuations. Wyoming ranks as the 5th coldest state in the U.S., with an average temperature of 42.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Summers may be pleasant, but they come with the threat of wildfires, which degrade air quality and put homes and ranches at risk. The relentless weather has definitely deterred many from settling in Wyoming, or driven them away after a short stay. Number 8. Lack of major cities. Some might see the absence of major cities in Wyoming as a positive, and I'm one of them. Having grown up in the sprawling Los Angeles metro area, I've had my fill of big cities. However, the lack of a major city does hinder growth. Many people seek out large urban centers for career opportunities and amenities, and while remote work is becoming more common, there are still plenty of jobs that are tied to big cities. To put things into perspective, Los Angeles has 3.8 million residents, and its metro area holds around 13 million. In contrast, Cheyenne, Wyoming's largest city, has just 65,000 residents, with no metro area to speak of. Following Cheyenne are Casper with 58,000, Gillette with 32,000, Laramie with 31,000, and Rock Springs with 23,000. Clearly, Wyoming's sparse population reflects its limited urbanization. Number 7. Limited accessible land. Despite its large size, not all of Wyoming's land is available for development. Massive ranches, Native American reservations, U.S. government facilities, and energy companies own large portions of the state. While this doesn't mean there's a housing shortage, it does limit the options for developers looking to build new communities. Compared to nearby states like Montana or South Dakota, Wyoming offers fewer opportunities for large-scale development, which has hindered its growth over the decades. Number 6. Scarcity of water. Wyoming faces a serious water scarcity issue. Despite being located far north, the state has a significant lack of surface water and has been plagued by droughts for as long as anyone can remember. According to the University of Wyoming Water Resource Data System, Wyoming has experienced moderate to severe drought conditions since 1999. Expanding cities or building large communities would only exacerbate this issue. Water, along with food and internet, is one of the essentials for human survival, and Wyoming's limited water supply is a major obstacle to growth. Number 5. Limited industrial base. While Wyoming does have some industries, they aren't large-scale operations that employ a significant number of people. The state's primary industries include natural resources, tourism, outdoor recreation, and agriculture. Although Wyoming does have other industries, they aren't on a scale that would attract a large population. With no major cities and a relatively small population, there are fewer restaurants, retail locations, and public schools. While the state's schools and colleges are excellent, there simply aren't many of them because there isn't a large enough population to support them. Number 4. It's only for outdoor enthusiasts. Wyoming is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. If you enjoy hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, or nature photography, Wyoming has it all. Many who are passionate about these activities choose to move to Wyoming to be close to what they love. However, not everyone shares these interests. For those who prefer indoor activities or urban settings, Wyoming's greatest asset is irrelevant. More people in the U.S. prefer to live near some sort of metro area than in rural, outdoor-focused regions. While there's nothing wrong with living near nature, most Americans view camping as about as enjoyable as a trip to the dentist. Number 3. Minimal promotion. Wyoming doesn't actively promote itself the way many other states do. While most states have aggressive marketing campaigns to attract new residents and industries, Wyoming takes a more laid-back approach. They do run some ads, but you rarely see them. In contrast, if you're in California, you'll likely hear ads on the radio, see commercials on TV, and even spot billboards encouraging you to move to Texas, Colorado, or Arizona. Many locals in those states resent the influx of Californians, but instead of blaming the newcomers, they should be upset with their own state officials who are luring people in. Wyoming, on the other hand, doesn't do much of this. Number 2. Low diversity. The topic of diversity often sparks heated debates, but it's a significant factor for many people when choosing where to live. While some might not see the value in diversity, the reality is that a large portion of the U.S. population does. Diversity brings a wealth of cultural experiences, including great food and vibrant festivals. Wyoming, however, is 92.5% white and lacks the diverse communities found in other states. This lack of diversity has undoubtedly stunted Wyoming's growth, as many people can't find the kind of community they're looking for. Although there may be pockets of diversity in certain towns or cities, Wyoming as a whole doesn't offer the same level of cultural variety as other states. Number 1. Poor dating prospects. This is a big one. Wyoming is notorious for its dismal dating scene. With a small population comes limited options, and when options are limited, you might end up dating someone you're related to. Business Insider ranked Wyoming as the 45th worst state for dating opportunities, 15th worst for dating economics, and 41st for romance and fun. Overall, Wyoming was rated as the 4th worst state for dating. I've mentioned this in past videos, and the response from Wyoming residents, particularly women, was overwhelmingly negative. Many shared stories of their struggles to find suitable partners, with one woman even recounting a series of dates where she ended up at the same apartment building 3 times, dating 3 different men who lived in the same complex. If you're from Alaska, you might think this sounds familiar, as they face similar challenges. The lack of dating prospects has driven many singles and divorcees to leave Wyoming, further stunting the state's growth. Alright, that's today's video. I hope you found it informative and enjoyed learning more about Wyoming. While it's a great state, many factors, especially in its early history, have slowed its growth, leaving it lagging behind other states. However, if none of these issues bother you, Wyoming might just be the perfect place for you. Have a great day, and be kind to one another.